My name's Tyler, guys. We are going to be looking at AMC. Their CEO just said some very bullish comments about their recent share offering to be voted on in the next week or so. So this is very important, implies some very good numbers going forward for AMC as far as demand and how good they are and how likely they are to recover. So we're going to look at all that, and I do think this is gearing up for another short squeeze. The short interest is very high, and he even says himself shorts are beating down the company. But as always, all I ask in exchange for all this hard work, time it takes to make these videos, which is really underappreciated, all I ask is that people hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if they get anything useful out of the video. And if you want to stay up to date with everything that I am posting, what stocks we are all watching and getting updates on them consistently, hit the notification bell. You will not be disappointed. So first, we should look at what AMC CEO just recently said about 2 days ago, because it is very bullish and implies a lot of great things happening at AMC. So AMC CEO Adam Aron, AMC climbed as much as 9% on Thursday after its CEO said that the company won't sell any of the 500 million shares it's seeking to authorize. Adam Aron said if the company needs to raise short-term cash, it still has some shares left from a prior authorization. And subsequently, AMC stock jumped 9%, which is pretty reasonable because basically when you issue shares, and AMC has about 500 million shares outstanding, so they were looking to double the share price. And one, that'll give AMC a lot of capital, but if you're a current AMC shareholder, it basically takes your equity down 50%, right? So if AMC's stock is at $9, theoretically, if you had bought in at $9, now you have $4.50 worth of equity because they doubled the outstanding shares. You bought in at $9. Now, technically, your equity would be cut in half. So short sellers that were shorting this stock, and there's quite a bit of short selling going on with this company. That's really what the CEO says. AMC Theater CEO says stock is under attack from short sellers, and that is true. That is because they were bagging on this authorization going through and the company needing to issue more shares. Now, if the company, like he says, will not issue more shares at least until 2022 is what they said, that is very good, and that is not what short sellers had expected to hear when they have been shorting the stock, expecting some negative news to come out. So that is very good. That is one reason that supports the short squeeze thesis. The second thing that supports the short squeeze thesis is that the fact of Friday, April 16th, our short volume ratio was 37%, or in other words, 37% of the total market volume was shares being sold short, which is 14,892,000 shares were sold short on Friday alone, out of the total market value that was 40,290,000. So this is significant levels of shares being shorted. Almost, it's getting close to half of this total shares are being sold short, and this does help to beat down the stock. And if we just come over here, pull up the Robinhood and go to AMC, we will see that we were down a significant percentage point basis on Friday. You see we were down 5.76%. So these are institutions, big money, shorting these shares. And I think once this news did come out later in the afternoon, that is why we had a slight bounce. But nevertheless, this is going to take a while to get across to every single investor. Now, this is high, and I would expect the total short volume to be somewhere in this 30 to 37, even 40% range, given how much we've seen the short volume ratio spike on Friday. But at the same time, I want to keep your guys' expectations grounded, because when I say a short squeeze, I mean, I think we could break our resistance levels around the $14 mark. Do I think we're going to $20 again anytime soon from a short squeeze? No. Do I think it's possible we go to in between $13 and $15 with a short squeeze with around a 30 to 40% short interest? Yes, I do. That is totally possible. Now, if you're expecting some kind of monstrous move, you're not paying attention to what is actually going on, and that is not what I am trying to say in this video. I am trying to say that the elements are there for a short squeeze. Now, everybody has a crazy expectation for a short squeeze, but really any move in the stock price from like 20 to 50% is a short squeeze. Just, 20% is a shorter one, or a smaller one. 50% would be a higher short squeeze on a higher magnitude. Now, that's pretty much what I expect, around $14, $15 a share. I don't expect to go all the way to 20 or over 20. That is outrageous when this company is still issuing new shares and has the authorization to issue shares at any single moment. That is probably why our short volume ratio will stay high on any given day, but we're not going to see that short squeeze just because people aren't piling into this besides some retail traders. So we are going to need some very, very good news to come out to really get this short squeeze. So I do think it's about a 50-50 chance we could get a short squeeze. We might not. So I wouldn't bet a lot on this, but I would keep something in there. This is justifying some kind of trade to be left in AMC. I'm not saying to throw a lot in. I'm not saying don't throw any in. I'm not even giving a recommendation or telling you guys what I'm going to do. But with that being said, just be careful on AMC. Getting into the technical analysis, this is why each and every single one of you guys that are listening to this need to hit the subscribe button. Look at how accurate this technical analysis is. This is from my previous videos that I've done on AMC, which has been quite a while, a couple days. My last technical analysis, April 7th, looks like the last one. So that was 10 days ago, guys. And this technical analysis has proven to be accurate, very accurate. Look at this. We have pointed out every single consolidation level up to a rip. Even right there's the rip consolidation. Here's the trend line. Here's the bottom points. Here's the support. Boom, support, resistance. And we have held this level. Even coming back now, I am going to extend this line over from the $9.32 mark. That's basically where we're at right now, $9.33 a share. This is our support level. And this is what I've been saying. Look, I'll even extend it from the last time I did technical analysis. It's a straight line, guys. We are on our support level. Our technical analysis is off the charts. And now just to continue going ahead, you can see that we are definitely going to have some major resistance around the $10.75 mark. But we are obviously going to be bouncing around this $9.30 mark and the $10.75 mark. So it is really 50-50. I do expect us to go up because we have been gapping down right here, hitting lower lows every time until we did bounce at about the $8.50 mark. And then we have been hitting higher highs with higher lows. So that is positive. Higher highs, higher lows. That's positive. Negative is hitting lower lows consistently. You see right here we were hitting lower lows. So it does look like we are chilling out, and we do have a solid support around the $9.33 mark. If I were to imagine, once this news hits come Monday, we'll probably gap up around the $10 mark. I don't have super high expectations right now just because we have not got too much news, and people are kind of jumpy about the recovery trade right now just because of the vaccine news that has been coming out and some of the more negative headlines. But it does look like if you were going to initiate a trade right now is a great time. And if I were to put a lower level support level, it's looking at about the $7 or the 780 mark. About the 785 mark is our lower end support. And I mean, if we were to somehow magically fall under the $7.80 mark, we are clear to basically go back to $5 a share. We don't have any other charting or anything to really go off of this, but we could extend this line back. This is where we consolidated out. March 5th at our low, like I said, $7.85. And this is really where we consolidated out a couple times, 1, 2, 3 times, and just didn't want to drop under that. So it does look very bullish. It looks like we're on our support, literally on our support line right now. So I do expect a pop up, but nevertheless, I think the lowest point we are looking at for right now is $7.85, and that might be considering it going too low, because I really think our low is more or less around the $9 mark or $8.50 mark, not in the $7 range. But that is what I see. That is what the technicals are telling me. And really, when it comes to the bottom line, all I think you guys should do is balance the budget. What I mean by that is don't put so much of your portfolio in one trade that you cannot recover from it. Let's say you have a $10,000 portfolio, right? Then $100 would be 1% of your portfolio, because $1,000 would be 10% of your portfolio. So with that $100, that's 1% of your portfolio. I wouldn't put more than 1% of my portfolio in any given trade, no matter what the trade is, unless I was 200% convinced that the trade was actually going to work in my favor. Now, I think it's hard to tell right now with AMC just because of all the negative headlines. And even though we do have good indicators to point to a possible short squeeze, whether or not the magnitude, how high or how low it'll be, that is really up for debate. But nevertheless, it does look good. But still, I would not put over 1% of my portfolio in any given trade. That is just not smart, and that is a recipe for disaster. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video right there. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, telling you guys to balance the budget and be careful with these hype stocks, because it could be 6 months to 1 year before these hype stocks really start to fly, like we have seen them do in the beginning of 2021. So just be cautious of this. It could be till 2022 when these hype stocks really start to make a move. So that's why I like to play the leap options, and I'm not going to get into it in this video. Like I said, I'm going to wrap it up, but just be careful and mindful of what you guys are doing, your expiration dates if you're playing options. If you're buying shares, I mean, just have a long-term outlook and you will do just fine. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Like I already said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.